finna play with these niggas. I'ma go in savage mode. Only smoke the best flavors, yeah. They know how I roll. Ain't got time for extra cheddar excuses. Bitch, just had my dough. Went to Cali to go shopping and talk to the farmers and get some lows.
It's Neeko Bond, dog. We in the smoke station where we smoke, be real, let's tell you a story. Then we got a special guest. When you talk about Baltimore, when you talk about being East Side certified and going wherever you want to go, when you talk about down the hill, when you talk about putting on for the whole Zone 5 as a whole, when you talk about being a real organic grower, when you talk about growing your own weed strains, when you talk about being a real legend and growing and in the streets, when you talk about the one that's always growing some real heat, when you talk about the one that's been doing it for 20 years straight, when you talk about growing indoor and outdoor as a specialty, when you talk about growing on the roof of your own home and the grow being marvelous, when you talk about having a real harvest, when you talk about making infused dinners and treats, when you talk about the one that made edible fitty is real popular, when you talk about the hailer, when you talk about the one that has its own hair lotion, when you talk about the lotion that's for the body and for the body pain and gives you a body high, but it's all natural, when you talk about the one that really gets you where you need to be when they say the lotion work so good that the doc wanted in the hospital, when you talk about a real Doug breeder, when you talk about being a DMX of Doug's, when you talk about a real fatherhood, when you talk about a real stoner, a real smoker, a real pearler, a real player, a mover and shaker, when you talk about the one that gave Scrogger his 8-ball jacket off his back, you gotta mention my motherfucking guy, Rel, the healer and the motherfucking grower, you hear me? AKA Sunroof Farms.
My God, Neeko Bond, dog.
What it is, bro?
What's up, champ? Man, I'm glad to
My
be here,
man's a
man.
grower, you feel me?
I'm glad to be here.
A 20 piece. Give you what you need. He brought the infused plate, you feel me? The infused dinner.
Yeah, take that, yeah, bust that open, boy. I was
ahead,
anxious to see you tee that off. You see my son over there, he fried.
Yeah, he took care of his
Yeah, he fried.
You feel me?
He fried.
I ain't gonna lie, when you talk about a nigga that really saran wrapped the plate, you gotta mention Rel, cause he wrapped the shit out this motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you. Made sure it wasn't going nowhere.
Right. Be careful though.
Oh no, I see it.
Cause it's a plate at the bottom for you.
Yeah, no, I see it right there. That's some steak.
Little red, you know what I mean?
Little red.
I had to make a special one for my man Neeko. Little red, string bangs, and Mac.
With the infused on the smoke station. Here's the plate, y'all. You feel me?
That look good.
Made by Sunroof Farms.
Yes. Must like that.
Go ahead, tee that off, shorty.
Tender. Mm-hmm.
Man, you put so much of that honey shit in here, bro, that the blunt, that shit, look.
I put that on.
You gigging.
Hot 2 times in. You got 2 more people on that. It probably don't add shit to do that.
Now, for those on as far as the Corona pandemic, did it affect you any people? And if so, how?
It didn't affect me, but it damn sure affect a lot of people that I know that was around, But for me, no, it ain't affect me, man, You already know how I move, as far as real estate, the houses,
Way of living.
Way of living, You already know how I built. So it didn't actually.
We don't die, we get lifted.
It actually was a great year, man. Everything, yeah, I can't lie. It was great that year, man.
For me too.
I lost a lot of people though, fucking
Definitely.
with Corona shit though, the only thing, but
Rest
it did,
peace,
that's
Big
why I
J.
say it did affect me by losing a lot of people with that shit,
Yeah, rest in peace, Big James.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck the Corona. What a virus anyway. Not what we.
Let me hit that shit, cause
Oh yeah.
you can't even hit that shit.
Guess the stray. Oh shit.
Right.
Guess the strain, you feel me? Go ahead with the honey by our edible sponsor, Soapy's Playhouse.
Okay, the honey. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Yeah.
Soapies. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel me? Soapy's Playhouse.
Yeah. What you do with the plate? You ate the plate already?
Oh no, I put some right there. But no. We still doing this.
Yeah, I feel
And
you.
I don't want to keep eating and I ask no questions.
I feel you.
Now, for those who know what made you start growing.
Shit, man, when I was a kid, my grandmother and shit she had like a garden in front of her house. You did. And it was around a big ass tree type shit. And she used to, make me help her, all different type of plants, man. Like all different vegetables, sunflowers, roses. So I always liked it growing. So what made me want to grow weed was, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Actually, I had a homeboy that I used to be around years ago. And he tried that shit by the train tracks down by Medea Street and all that shit. And guess what, yo? It's 1,000 rats back that motherfucker. Man, they ate all the plants up for real, right? But he showed me a plant. This was way before I started growing. So for me seeing them plants back there, that inspired me. Like, you know what? I want to do this shit myself. So years later, I tried. You know my first grow. How I tried my first grow. You won't believe it.
How was that?
With a regular fucking lamp. You know the lamp with the covers.
Yeah, no.
Right? Listen, real shit. The
Oh,
lamp
no.
with the big ass cover around it. I put that motherfucker in the corner and put that motherfucker in the seed in a cup. I mean, the little small pot. That motherfucker started growing, right? And me being green, not knowing I got to check on it and all that shit. I just let it. And I came back, man. It was nice size, no bud or nothing on it. And that motherfucker dried out. And that hurt my feelings. So ever since then, I'm here, baby. That's how I started growing. Yeah.
Now, what made you take it seriously? Because you could just play with it and say, oh, that shit ain't fast enough, fuck it.
Well, I never, listen, I'm tell you the truth, right? Not pumping this shit up or nothing by me. My grandmother and shit had me around plants and stuff like that. I kind of was already, you know how like you already nice at some shit, but you just need a little bit touch up. That's how it was. Like when I first started, I was already tech with that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a lot of stuff I didn't know that was important.
For sure.
You feel me? Because I had to fuck up. You feel me? You're going to fuck up if you want to grow. You feel me? You got to, it's mandatory. Like, there's no grow on earth that just grew and didn't fuck up. You're going to mess up. You feel me? So, and it take patience. So I already knew it took patience from day one. I never was no impatient guy anyway, so I already had patience in life. So that's what made me real good at that shit. Because my mother raised me to have patience in life. You feel me?
Patience is key.
Yeah.
That's why they say patience is a virtue. You feel me? For being a little longer, what you really want to need, it'll come your way plus more. You'll get it in abundance.
For sure. Hell yeah.
Now, what's some keys you say you learned in growing? Some powerful keys that you would tell other people that's trying to learn how to grow or just grow in general?
Oh, well, one is a lot of people have a problem when they grow. They probably overwater their plants and shit like that. And that causes water gnats and bugs and shit, right? Because they overwater it. You feel me? So we'll kill the bugs and gnats and all that shit. Cayenne pepper. cayenne pepper, yo. That kill any virus that a plant got, bug problem. Cayenne pepper. That's one. Say if somebody trying to grow and they don't want to use chemicals, or they may not have the money to buy chemicals, you go ahead and use milk. I never used chemicals day in my life. I always was an organic grower. Everything I put in my plants is
When you
stuff
talk about
eat.
the one that don't get over.
You know what I mean? I'm giving you the raw plant.
Organic.
I ain't put no chemicals, none of that shit. None of that. Everything is organic, man. Everything to the core. You feel me? Like I say, milk, plants is like babies. Plants like babies, bro. They love milk.
For sure.
Love it. You seen it? You
I
was over
know.
the house.
Oh, I know.
You know what it is, but yeah, man. But milk, cayenne pepper, what else I could say? No, you must wanna train your plant if you want to make out off of it. You know? If you wanna say you grow one plant, you're gonna want at least, I mean, you can grow up to a pound off one plant. You feel me? Mm-hmm. If you train it the right way, right? So the more better you train, the more you can grow off of.
For sure.
You don't want to just grow a plant and don't train your plant. You'll get something off of it, but you know, and strains are different, so they don't produce the same thing. Mm-hmm. So some strains you may not get a pound. You may get 4 ounces, but the shit gonna be the best shit in America.
1,000%.
You feel what I'm saying? You know, strains is different. That's all. Yeah.
Now, if you could say 5 people that you would probably want to grow a strain for, like on a big scale, what would you say? No order.
Money Man, of course. You feel me? Fucks
Big
with
shout out
Money
to
Man.
Money.
Shout out to Money Man, man.
Yeah, Big Money.
I fucks with Money Man. Money
Big
Man
Money,
was a part of my come up these last 23 years of growing.
Me too.
You know?
You two keep telling me you a top listener.
Right.
You won an award.
Ain't nothing like being in the grow room with that motherfucking Money Man jumping.
Oh yeah, that's another level.
That shit hit different.
Another level. Now hold up, I got a question for you in the back.
Me, Laura.
Yeah. What's the name of the show you on?
Smoke shop. What is it? Smoke shop?
No, it's a smoke station. He fried and died.
I'm fried.
All right, so why you put the blunt down? Why it ain't lit?
Listen, it can't.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me
You
see.
can't spot it, bro.
Shit.
He fucked that money up. Look, it's so
Shit.
sticky.
Too
Much in there.
What it like that?
Right here, he put too much in there, yo.
Let me see.
Too much.
Yeah, he put too much in there.
Yeah, I don't know what you talking about.
I said I'm fried. I said smoke straight. I said it better.
Smoke show shop.
Why you ain't let my man tee it off? Man, let him tee it off.
What, the food? What?
Huh?
I did. He did. What
You ate something?
Yeah.
You ate something else? What you ate? The Mac?
Good.
You taste it? You taste that THC? Right. Right, it's even. It's even. It's right there, ain't it? You can taste everything. The THC, the grass is not overpowering the food, and the food is not overpowering. It's right there, ain't it?
It's like regular food.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. And that bitch hit like soon as you put it up in you, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You wasted weed, Jack.
He wasted.
Damn.
No, fuck that. No, he ain't wasted. I know what I'm gonna do.
You gonna roll it?
Yeah, give me them scissors. We cutting that shit out and re-rolling that. I don't know. We ain't. Fuck no.
But
this nigga put too much of that in there. Look, that shit like super glue. You can't even pour the blunt.
that's because he put way too much.
We gotta throw this at the peoples. I know how we have to do this.
Shit, nah, I smoking a blunt. You just put hell of that shit.
Yeah, he put hell of it, yo, for real.
Yeah. That's the reason why. If you ain't for hella that shit.
You like how you do like
No.
the shatter and shit.
No.
Oh man.
I just put
It's
a
honey,
line,
you
like
feel?
a line.
You put a big
Yeah, you
ass
put
line.
too much. Yo, he did like this. That shit was like a squirrel. He put a big ass squirrel in that shit, man. I knew it was gonna be, you couldn't hit the, I knew it. I knew it, yo. I don't know why I let him do that, yo.
I just knew it. I mean, you need to.
You might have to cut, look. That shit so sticky, look. You might have
see
to
this
cut the blunt.
Let me
Just cut it in pieces and put
Let me
it
see the
back.
other blood you got in your hand.
I know how I made it, though. It's just really smash.
I'm talking about the other one, the one that's already lit.
I got you.
You fuck pretty good.
Yeah, he pretty good, ain't he?
Pretty good. I got you. It's always I do that. You're
Neeko bluffing on the food, bro.
you bluffing.
You bluffing, man.
And I'm
Put
like,
that up in you, man.
I'm doing
Come on,
this
man. You think I
interview,
come
Jack.
from all the way? Come on, bro.
Doing this
Rep it
interview,
good
Jack.
for you, man. Put that up in you,
Doing
man.
this interview, Jet.
Join the interview.
Doing this interview.
What's that? What happened?
The fork.
Oh my goodness.
I ain't worried about it.
Ain't worried about nothing.
Yeah, put that up in you, man.
I do need a lighter though for some time.
Weird name.
That's all I'm gonna need is a lighter. So I'm gonna be damn on so this really be smiling.
Pass me the name, bro. My fault. No. My fault. Go funny.
Put that up in you, man.
Now, what's your first time smoking?
What? Smoke what?
Smoking weed?
When?
No, weed.
No, I said, you say when?
Yeah. And did you get caught? And if so, how?
Never got caught, right? Never got caught. Never got caught actually smoking. Like, but you know how it is. You after you smoke that shit, you go in. Then man, I'm just 11 years old, man. That's when I started smoking.
He brought the infused plate, y'all.
Hell yeah, I was 11 years old, man. Telling my mother, look, Mom, I'm hungry. I want chicken, but I'm gonna get a nickel bag, man. You know what I mean? Putting that
The
shit up in
nickel
me.
snickle.
Look, I had a homeboy. His sister really wanted to turn me out with Grant.
Oh, it's too
You know what
late
I'm
though. I'm letting that.
You know?
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
So, but not big.
So I started smoking weed when I was real young, bro. I was 11 years old, man. And I fell in love with it, man. I ain't never looked back.
No, real shit.
You know? Yeah.
Now, what's 5 of your favorite strains you ever smoked? No order. Hope you don't catch a DW charge.
No, I don't never, you know, come on, man. You talking to me.
You know what that mean?
I don't
They
think
don't want it. You feel me?
you know, I know for sure, you know, I don't go with that DW thing. But all right, you said no order.
Yeah, no order.
I love one of my favorite strains. I like the taste of it. It's so unique. Not runts, but the motherfucking grunts. The grunts, the real grunts. You feel me? Shit tastes like underwater with a little bit of mint, with a little bit of, it tastes, it got like so many different tastes to it.
No, I did.
You get what I'm saying? Like a strong, and you know what I like about it? After you smoke it, the taste still be in you. You can still taste that shit. That's why I like it. Got a strong, yeah. Grunts, grease smoky. That's my shit. You ever smoked that?
Oh yeah, I've been smoked that.
Yeah, grease smoky, one of my favorite.
DW.
No, it ain't a DW. You just
Shit.
going off of new
No,
strains.
no,
you
I'm
into
not.
new strains.
No, listen. We all in the new strains, but at the same time, it's like,
That's how you.
No,
and it's more than one grease smoke.
I know that.
So which one you talking about? See, you gotta know
original
your
one.
strains of DW.
You gotta know your strain.
You know you can't DW me.
Come on,
You know that. You know that, man. I can pull some strains you probably never even heard of.
Go ahead.
You see what I'm saying? I know
Go
some
ahead.
strains that you never even heard of.
You too. You too.
You probably do. But you can't DW. I don't smoke no bullshit. You know what I mean? I always was a top notch
Ain't
nigga.
nobody
If you
say
know,
you
you know.
wasn't.
Look, if
But
you know, listen,
Reese
you gotta realize I was a grass seller before I was a grower. Always know that. Always know that. I come from an environment where it's nothing but good grass, my nigga.
No, we already know that, but that's not
No.
saying that. Grease monkey.
Grease monkey that, bro. Keep man. What grease monkey you talking about? I don't know what back. See, niggas don't be knowing.
No, I ain't saying it's not.
So
that,
look,
but
this what you
I
gotta
don't-
know.
I don't want it.
See, this what niggas don't know, right? By me
I really
being a
don't want it,
grower,
like-
look, this is what I'm trying to tell you. By me being a grower, my nigga, people don't know that sometimes what the shit say on that rapper, you'll never know. You'll never know, bro. So you probably got some shit that wasn't nowhere near grease smoke. If you saying grease smoke, you ain't good.
No, I'm not saying it ain't good.
So how's this a DW? You think it's a DW? You smoked it before?
Cause no, I'm not saying it's not bomb, but as of right now, really, I'm not really gonna want that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I said,
I'm
as of right
saying
now,
you
I'm not gonna
asked
want it.
me was one of my. That's a throwback. You want to talk new strains? I can go new strains. I can go new strains,
You
nigga.
can go old too. It don't matter.
I just like throwback shit too, though.
No, I do too.
You feel me? So you say one of my, you know, I still like Haze. You feel me? Love Haze. You feel me? I still love what's that shit called? Not Hawk, but Bubba. Bubba good. But you get the real Bubba.
No, I mean the real bubble. I see what you're saying, but just for me, nah.
See, I'm not, what I'm saying, I don't smoke that shit now. I'm just saying, in the past, my nigga. Like,
No, I'm
that
just
was
saying,
a good, I was smoking good batches of that shit.
No, I
years
mean,
ago.
No, I mean I was too, but I'm just saying.
And it was one of my favorite all-time moments. Like, the shit was really, really good. And the question that you asked me, that's all. Don't take it as I'm saying I smoke it and want it now. Cause I'm on some other shit now. I'm smoking shit that's 5 or 6 in 1.
I mean, of course,
You know what
but
I mean?
you still.
It ain't no more just one string. Niggas
We know
smoking,
that.
Niggas smoking
on.
packs with this cross, this cross, this cross,
We know
this
that.
cross, that cross. That's the type of shit I'm on. I ain't just on one string.
I ain't say you was. That's what you get misconstrued.
You
Nobody ever
DW,
said
man.
that.
He DW. He
Yeah,
DW me,
but
man.
I ain't say you couldn't say no new
Look,
strains.
he
That's what
DW.
you chose to do.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But
Like-
you can't DW, nigga, because it may not float your boat. You can't do that because weed is like food, yo. Certain shit, you say you don't eat cheese, right?
Of
So
course.
guess what? Some people love eating motherfucking cheese. So strains is like food, my nigga.
We know.
No,
But
you
it's-
don't, because if you knew that, you wouldn't have just did that like that there, man.
How?
Yo say DW.
Yeah,
Like I
in
said
my
some
opinion,
bullshit.
yeah. In my opinion.
No, I had listen. I don't listen. I don't know what grease
No,
smoke
I'm
you
not-
smoke.
No, I'm
bro.
not saying.
How you get that?
I don't want that no more. Like, it's alright, it's cool.
No,
you
see
feel me?
right now, I want to smoke that right now.
See, that's what I'm saying. He getting miscrewed. He say
No.
favorite of all time. You get what I'm saying?
I was smoking in life.
Right. I'm telling him I had them strains, I had good batches of them back in that time. I'm not saying that I'm actually smoking it now, my nigga.
Alright, so you saying your top 5 right now? That's what you saying.
It could be old or right now. You feel me? But
You saying right now. Like,
I'm saying it could be.
Like, what's your favorite weeds right now? You smoking right now.
It could be either one. You feel me?
He just said that because it's an old string. That's all. He think he up to date with them strains. Like I ain't. You know what I mean?
I fuck with old strains. We both know that. But grease my E for me. As of right now, to me really pick, in my opinion,
Right.
I'm gonna say nah. I'm not gonna want it. You feel me?
How you
I'm
know?
not.
How you know it was the real?
No,
grease
I
smoke?
had the real. I just don't want it. You feel me? I don't.
I'm saying, how you know you had it, though?
Some real grease boy. It gotta be some real.
What you mean?
How you know you had it? You knew, how you knew?
What you mean I know?
The label?
No, not on my fucking label. You know Grease Monkey when you know Grease Monkey. First of all, you know your strains. Come on now, bro. You asking me? You asking me? Me,
I'm
bro?
just saying, no, listen, I'm just saying, my nigga. Listen. You would never know what you have. You would never really know a strain unless you know the breeder of the strain. You get it? That's how deep this shit is. I can have some shit, right? As good as a motherfucker. Depths, whatever you want to call it, right? Niggas, you already know the back game and all that shit, right?
Yeah, we don't want no Sheriff Deputy.
But guess what? It could be, a nigga put a name on it, it look good, smell good, taste good, right? But the whole time, that's not even that breed. But you'll never know because this shit smoke good, smell good as a motherfucker, right? And it is good, right? It might be real good. But that don't mean that that's that.
We know.
You feel me?
Nah.
The only way you really know if you look up the breeder of that strain.
Of course. But you said you're fine, right?
No, I ain't said that.
Yeah, your last one, you said something about Bubba or something.
No, that was, I said Grease Monkey. I say Grunts. I say
Grunts.
Yeah, Grunts. Yeah, with a G, Grunts. You feel me? Yeah, not that Runts. The Grunts. Yeah, that shit good as a motherfucker. I say that 98 Bubba.
No, I ain't hear you say 98.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. I meant to rephrase that. 98 Bubba, nigga, what I was smoking on.
Oh, wow.
That shit is top. What's his name? Juice, man. Them used to rap about that shit. Smoking on 98 Bubba.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, real Bubba, not the regular Bubba.
Oh, I know. I know the difference.
So I don't want to rephrase that. So before you give me another, you feel me? Let me rephrase that. 98 gas Bubba. Yeah. That 98.
Now, I'm gonna say Cream Savers. That's from out Oakland. Now you remember the candy that niggas' grandma used to give us that had cream savers on it?
Yeah.
It tastes like that. And that shit got like a.
I got one more though. That's 4.
Go ahead.
I got one more.
No, you said Haze too.
No, I was just saying that.
Oh, wow.
Just saying that was, you know.
Oh, wow.
But one more, yo. It was this shit called 17 and 1 that a grower grew out of South Carolina, right? 17 strains in 1, right? And I promise you, man, this shit was so strong that it was in Folger's coffee, right? This shit was eating through the coffee. You can still smell it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And listen, when you smoke it, I'm not lying now, I'm not exaggerating, man. This was the best shit I ever smoked ever in life. 17 and 1. You hit it about 5 times, yeah, you sleep, you wake up, the whole house sleep. That good. So 17 and 1 is my favorite strain I ever smoked in history, in life. And it took that man 5 years to make that strain, man. That's how serious that strain was. You could take a bud and twist the bud around, you can see all the different weeds that's in the fucking strain. Shit was called 17 and 1. The best, Neeko. I'm talking about, listen, 5 hits, you out of there. Like we could be 15, it could be 20 people in here. We got a blunt. All of us gonna be blowing. We're gonna be fried.
One of the followers said, where can they get some at?
Get what, yo?
17 and 1.
That shit was years ago. Years ago, bro. You say of all time. I'm telling you.
No, I know.
Give it to you,
no,
bro. This shit. Listen,
listen. I didn't ask that.
This shit was Nathan like nothing niggas smoking now. I promise you this. I never touched nothing, smelled nothing, seen nothing. Yeah, bro. Never. 17 and 1 is the best shit I ever smoked. Me, my baby mother, my nephew, everybody. If they was here, they would tell you, bro. The whole house going out, bro. You going out. You hit the blunt 5 times, you going out. The shit was eating through coffee, my man. You can still smell this shit through coffee. Folgers at that. It was years ago, you feel me? You know? And that was his personal, matter of fact, he won the fucking award that year. He won the cup.
Cannabis Cup.
Yeah, he won the Cannabis Cup.
That's what's up.
Person I'm talking about, out of South Carolina, man. Yeah. Real shit. That's the best shit I ever smoked. And that's what it was called, 1781.
Now, the cream savers, the Don't Die. Shout out to Merlin Dangroves. You know what I mean? That's our strain.
Yeah, shout out my man Merlin.
Yeah,
I think he on the live now too. Yeah. My nigga Merlin Dank, man.
Yeah.
Good guy. He gave me that name.
Sunroof Farm.
Yeah, he gave me that name, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, sure he gave me that name.
Because you had a harvest on the roof.
Right.
Of a house.
Most definitely. Yeah, that was a great experience. Me and my son, right here, man, we used to go up there, man, and that shit was like, we in the trenches, man. We like right there on McElderry, off of Highland and McElderry, like. But when you get up on the roof, it seemed like we was where, son? Like we was in the jungle some motherfucking where, right? And it was amazing, man. That shit, like when you grow shit off the roof, you gotta realize it's closer to the sun and the moon and the stars. Like the sun, the moon, the stars, plants really take heed to. That's the signals. Yeah, you know. And when you grow off the roof, man, yeah, that shit was a real great experience, man. Big ass harvest too. Yeah. Yeah, that was a great year, bro. On the roof. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I had banana runts. I grew a little bit of old school and new school. Blue cheese, banana runts, hefe. Was a nigga named Shy Glizzy.
Yeah.
Strain, I grew that. Hefe. Boss OG. Yeah, Boss OG. What else? Oh, Gelato 33.
Yeah,
Larry Bird. Yeah, I grew that Larry
Gelato 33. That's what
that shit
we
was
got
that.
that Don't Die.
All purple.
You heard me?
The plant was all purple.
That's what's in the Don't Die.
Right.
The 33.
Or was it 23? Was it 33?
It was 33. Said Larry Bird. It was the smallest plant, remember? But it was so beautiful, man. It was so beautiful, man. It was all purple with orange and all different type of shit.
Now, I got 2 more. Sour Diesel. The 09 to 012. I mean, the 09 to 12. Sour Diesel. And I got 1 more. Smoke a lot of different strains for real. I say Khalifa Kush.
Yeah, that shit is good.
Yeah.
Khalifa shit,
Yeah.
I give it to him on that, right? That shit good. Yeah, I smoked that Khalifa Kush. That shit fresh.
Pink Starburst too.
Pink Starburst.
Yeah, the real fresh batch of Pink Starburst. That shit strong as a bitch. And it smells just like Pink Starburst out the Starburst candy.
What's the strains that's in it?
I forgot, but you can definitely tell it's Pink Starburst. I think it gotta be some 33 and something else. You could definitely tell it's 33 in there for real, but I don't know if that's right, but you could definitely and I forgot, it is pink something. But when you hit it, you could taste the pink in that bitch, and that shit strong. Like it ain't no high in that shit. I don't give a fuck what you put it in, you feel me? And it smell just like the Pink Starburst out the candy. but it's real strong. It got like a diesel pungent aroma, you feel me? But it's like kind of like a 33, but it's sweet. But it's like sweet like the pink starburst, like the candy. But that shit definitely hit you. Shit had you having a good sleep and all that. And you wake up still fried.
Oh yeah, I can't forget, moon rocks.
Oh
shit,
yeah.
I had
Definitely.
that shit. I had that shit when a soul ain't know about that shit. Like when I caught it, I didn't even know what it was. But I was fucking with a grower out. A man was from out the LAX.
Definitely.
Main Coast. Shout out to my nigga.
My second home.
Main Coast Collective, man. Cool guy, man. He had his own moon rocks, but his shit wasn't moon rocks. His shit was called Castro rocks.
Oh wow.
So when this shit, moon rocks wasn't even in the streets when I caught this shit, man. It was like, ain't nobody know about that shit. And the way I had to weigh it, it was crazy. Like people looked at me like I was crazy. They say the way that you sell that shit, right? But the people that really bought it and really seen what it do, they like, oh, I got you. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that was some powerful shit too, because reason why I say that Castro shit was serious because you could put about, I say 3 little pieces of it in a whole fat. I don't care how fat the blunt is, I don't give a fuck. It was the best flower you can get. It wasn't fucking with that Castro. That shit overpower the whole blunt. Like all you taste is Castro. You feel me? His shit was called Castro Rocks. You feel me? And the shit was crazy, bro. Like, that was another crazy experience. That was like what, bro? What year that was? Like 2015?
Yeah, 15, 16.
Yeah, moon rocks wasn't even heard of. You feel me? Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, look, when I caught it, look, I was confused, right? And I did what he did, basically.
You said what year it was?
Like 2015, 14, something like that. One of them years, man, that shit was a little minute ago, right? It was definitely way before moon rocks even hit. Motherfuckers ain't even know about moon rocks, right? That shit was so strong, yo, you could put 3 little pieces in that. Bing, bing, bing. You can have the best flower out. I don't give a fuck what strain it is. That shit overpowered the whole blunt, man. I promise you. All you taste is that. And it had like you know how like the live resin tastes? It had like a strong, resin taste, so I can't explain it. It was out this world. That was another, but that was basically a different level of weed. So we ain't talking flower. That ain't flower.
Definitely ain't flower.
Yeah, that ain't flower. But that was a great experience though. That Castro rocks, like that shit was good as a motherfucker, bro.
Now, how you feel about edibles?
Edibles, best edibles I ever made was some sugar cookies, right? And they had like this cookie dough sugar mix and what's that market? Aldi's Market. And I'm just fucking around, bought it. And I had like a big ass crock pot of the butter.
Of course.
Right? So I hit it. I put a lot of that shit in there, right? Just fucking around. This first time making cookies. I made brownies.
I miss making edibles.
I made a lot of different stuff, but I never made cookies. So this is my first time making cookies. I made them big ass cookies, man. They was like stop signs, right? And I never forget it, bro. I had my homegirl and her other homegirl and somebody else. And they driving shit. So I'm like, man, eat this cookie. They take like 2 or 3 good bites out of it, my nigga. And put that bitch down. And guess what? They couldn't make it to their car. Everything was funny. They just kept laughing. It was like they was glued to the couch. They could not move. And then on top of that, they called the fucking sedan. And they couldn't make it to the fucking sedan. I can't make it up, bro. It had them stuck. That's the strongest edibles I ever made, right there. Like, people couldn't even, they had to stay the night plus more hours the next day to come up out of that shit. Then they realized, like, damn, man, that shit had me stuck. Everything was funny.
Until it got real.
Yeah.
Now, let people know about your hair lotion.
Oh man, that motherfucker, man. Hey,
Come on, this right here, y'all.
man, that's a miracle, bro. That's a miracle right there, man. All that over the counter stuff, that ain't it. You hear me? That ain't it. And I ain't saying it because it is my product and I made it. It's the truth. Like, yeah.
Let 'em
if
know
it ain't
what
organic, it ain't it.
Let
But
them
yeah.
know what it do and what it help.
Oh man, this dude, remarkable stuff, man. This really fights critical pain, like deep pain to your roots of your bone grizzle, my guy. Like this shit fight cancer. Real talk. Like the real kind. You feel me? Like,
Sure.
it fights arthritis. All that shit, man. Anything bad with your bones. You know what I mean? Anything
And
bad, I mean,
screws.
fuck your bones, anything. Any pain in your body, my nigga. You been shot, stabbed, anything, bro. Trust me. You can save a nigga with this. Nigga can be shot right there on the scene, and you rub this on, he gonna feel the difference. You're gonna still be fucked up, but this is gonna help it. Trust me. The healer. You feel me, baby?
And it's all natural.
And it's all natural. No cut on it, no chemical, ain't none of that, man. All natural shit. And my son, he got shot before, and he ran out of perks, so he in a lot of pain, right? And I knew the stuff was good because my mother had some, and I'm like, Mom, give your grandson some. And I said, oh no, I need this, right? So I'm like, I start catching on.
Can't get none of the stash.
So she hit him, and I'll never forget it, man. He was there, he was just sitting there for about like 5 to 10 minutes, and then he just stood up, like he was trying to walk. I'm like, oh, boy, you know you can't walk, man. He's like, man, I don't feel nothing. My leg, I feel good, like I can walk. That was one experience, that was serious. He was actually shot. That was like the second day he was home. So you know it was fresh still. And I had a cousin, he got hit by a car, fractured broke his ribs. And he came in my house, man. I'm talking about so much pain, man. Tears, he ain't know. He like, yo, just call the ambulance, bro. He like, yo, bro, why you calling the ambulance? Give me some pills, anything. It's like I'm about to die. So I went upstairs, I had a whole squeeze bottle of the shit. And I never forget, I gave it to him. He squeezed a lot of that shit, like squish, squish. And he just rubbed that shit all on his ribs and his chest and shit, right? And I promise you, like 10 minutes, my cousin got up and said, yo, I'll be right back, I'm going to the store, right? And he ain't realized that he was hurt. Then he came back in about an hour later and asked me, yo, what the fuck you gave me, cuz? What the fuck is that? You feel me? Yeah, I can't make it up. So I know what this shit is. Certain, I can keep on going as a list. I know people that had metal in their body, all that shit, bro. You know? And they say, man, look, the more you use of it, the more it works. You know what I mean? Even down to my old lady, man, you know what? I put so much shit on her. That's what she said. It was doing surgery. I swear to God, everything I love. My old lady said, when she was laying in the bed, she could feel that shit cutting all, like going through her bone grizzle, all that shit. This shit go deep, my nigga. The lady said it was having surgery. She can feel her body getting the shit. And she know, and you know it's like when you fight pain, when that shit really hits you, it hurt more. Cause it's you know, it's attracting the pain. But you know how it is. And after that shit there, it's out of there. And she like, man, every time I rub it on her, right, I don't want surgery. That's enough. That's enough. She say, man, that's enough. Real shit. But the more you put this on, the more you feel me. Don't be afraid. You got a lot of pain, don't be afraid, man. Just keep putting that shit on, and you're gonna be able to walk better, everything, you know?
And for those who don't know, how much is it?
Well, this right here, these go for $20.
Y'all see this jaw right here. $20.
Yeah, $20. I know how it is. I mean, it's worth more, but you
Now,
know,
what
I'm
about-
from the trench. You got to work with the.
Now, what about a
kind.
bigger one like this?
Or like that, you're gonna need about a good 35 balls, 3,500 or something. You talking about big jugs of that shit, huh? Yeah, that's a couple stacks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you want to get it like that, you know, but I probably have something a little smaller for 500.
Mm-hmm.
You know, different. You know how it is. Different.
No, I definitely know that. I was just asking people who want to know.
Everything want, you know what I mean? Man, it's a great product, man. I've been working on it for years now, man. I started this shit. I can tell you how it started. I knew a dude from out Dundalk. So you know I was a grower. So he was into oils and shit like that, right? So he used to just buy flour and make his oil. He had the machine. So I wound up meeting him. He was renting a room in a person's house that I knew. And I wound up hooking up with him. And he seen that I was a grower. So he was like, yo, can you keep all your sugar leaves, all your stems, I'm like, yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. And I kept all that shit for him. And I gave it to him. And Shorty whipped some shit up in that machine, bro. And I was like, damn, okay. Right? So I had it going for a minute with him. You know how it be. I think Shorty moved out of town and I lost contact with him. So now I'm lost in the sauce. I'm like, bitch, I gotta make something happen, right? Because that was a good product. Now I can make it myself because I grow my own weed. So what happened was, I started doing my research. So I learned how to do that shit without the machine. Straight out the motherfucking pot. Straight out the soil, you feel me? Out the pot game.
Facts.
All the way organic with it. And I mastered that shit. Mastered it. Never got a penny off of it. Just giving it to family and people who really need it. Never got a dollar off of it. Just giving it to people that need it. You know? That's what I've been doing for years.
Now let the people know about you and the Dugs.
Oh, the Dugs, man. Yeah. Dugs. That's one of my, you know how your mother used to say your birthmark, your favorite food or your favorite thing? Yeah, Dugs one of my birthmarks. I love Dugs, bro. Love them, bro. With a passion, bro. Like, I can't even explain to you how much I love the Dugs, my nigga. Like, since a kid, I always loved Dugs. That's a fact. I like a lot of animals, period. But if you know me, I always kept a Dug. You feel me? Always. Serious Dugs.
That's why I say the DMX the Dugs.
Right, the DMX. But see, the thing about me, right? I always made my Dugs like how Draco was.
Of course.
He wasn't rah-rah. Why would he be rah-rah? He's already serious, nothing to play with. So you know how he was. If he fuck with you, he fuck with you. And you gonna know if he don't mess with you. That's how I raised my pet. Now I did have one pit. His name was Mello. Now this nigga was psycho. You feel me? Like I couldn't bring nobody around this guy, man. Nobody. Couldn't come in, bro. Mello, you're not coming in. He wasn't friends with nobody. This nigga looked like the Joker, green eyes, nigga. This nigga used to come to you the window, and all you see is a pit with green eyes. You know how a pit bark? You can see his breath. Like, he barking, looking at you with green eyes through the window. And you see his breath barking like, and all you see, shit was crazy. He was the wildest dog I ever had. Like, I couldn't. He'd fuck with us, but I couldn't bring nobody around. I don't know what was wrong with him, man. He was just crazy, man. And he was one. I had a dog named Isis. She was serious too. The reason why I say she was serious because there was some shit I never seen in my life. This old lady used to live up the street from me, had like 2 little poodle dogs, and that motherfucker, both of them stopped in front of the house and pissed. So my dog knocked the whole motherfucking screen door down and went out there and grabbed one of them motherfuckers. But when she grabbed it, she swallowed the whole dog. It was in her stomach. But that bitch was, I can hear the dog, like, you know, inside her stomach. And that bitch was kicking. And it kicked this way back out and she like threw the dog back up. And when she threw it back up, all the legs was broke on that motherfucker. So that was a serious dog too. Isis. She was a blue Kobe. Yeah. She was a blue Kobe, yo. The real back in the day Kobe. Not none of that cut shit, the real Kobe. You know what I mean? And Mello, he was a red-nosed Kobe. You feel me? And then, I forgot. Bando. She was the serious dog too, because she was 3-in-1. She was a bandit dog. That's why I named it Bandit. She was a bandit. You couldn't even breed this dog no more. It was King Corsa, Eli Pitt, and Rottweiler, nigga, in one. It was called Warlock. Warlock, man. Yeah. Well, listen, King Corsa, Eli Pitt, and Rock in one, bro. Swear to God, treacherous. But she was a family dog. She was friendly too, like how Draco was. Like she ain't.
But she was a bully though.
But she will bully. Like this bitch was crazy. Like you got a cheese steak or anything, she just take that motherfucker out your hand and look at you like I wish you would. But other than that, she loved it. You feel me? That was bad. But her father was King Corsa and Rock mixed. And her mother was straight 100% Eli Pitt. So that's what makes a warlock. And they banded that shit because dogs was treacherous, man.
Yeah,
I had a white boy named Rob. He had the last, he was still breeding that shit, my nigga. And yeah, bro, I ran across her. Bando. Yep. Oh, I call it Bandy. You feel me? But yeah, bro. Yep, Warlock. Yep, they did that. Them three, Bando, Mello, and Draco. They was like the best dogs I ever had. I mean, all my dogs I love, but I'm just saying, like, I seen different type of shit with them dogs. You know. So what else you gotta ask me?
Yeah. You got any questions for me?
Yeah. So what made you, from day one, wanted your podcast?
Well, I mean, I always been jack of all trades, but I'm like, all right.
You're a rapper too, right?
Rapper, actor, director, just about everything. All I want. But besides that, I'm like, all right, I want to do something else, but not radio. Like a podcast. I've been watching podcasts. Mm-hmm. I've been studying podcasts since I was like in high school, for real.
Right.
Way before niggas knew the podcast was, or any of that shit. When it was just college kids and businesses.
Right.
And like regular little journalists on that shit.
Hey, yo, you know I tripped off this nigga when I first met him, right? And it's crazy. What's his name? What's the podcast name?
Yo,
girl, shit. What's his name?
What,
That's
Raw
how
Dope?
I met you.
What? Oh yeah, Raw Dope. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, bro. Shout out to Raw Dope, man. Cause Raw Dope, they do their shit, and that's how I got on your radar. It's crazy. This nigga.
Yeah, no, yo added me to it. It's live.
This nigga crazy, yo. I'm on there, and he at the bottom of the screen. He like, yo, you need to holler at me down here, yo. Yeah, you need to holler at me. You fuck with the grower?
Cause yo
shit,
said,
holler at me.
Yo said I'm really trying to fuck with a 420 podcast for real. That's what you said.
Yeah. Straight grows. I mean, smoke, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Stoner life.
Then he told me, yeah, we smoke. I said, no, need to fuck.
And then my son wound up knowing. He like, yeah, you fuck with him, dad. He official. So that's how I got into you, my nigga. And I remember And I remember and shit, he's like, where the fuck you at, yo? He's like, yo, I'm at Taco Bell. So I don't know how he looked like, for real, for real. I do from seeing him on, you know how it is, seeing the nigga on FaceTime in real life, it's a little different. But yeah, I remember that shit, bro. And yep, and there's always this love.
No, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna start a podcast, but I don't drink for real. I ain't with pills, none of that. So I'm like, all right, only fuck with the cannabis for real,
Right.
the edibles, the moon rock, wax, dab, shatter, the live resin, all that for real. And in the midst of it, I'm like, all right, we ain't really got no smoke shows. We do now, but around that time back in 2018, 2021, we ain't had no smoke shows. It was real, it was beyond rare. So with that for real, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be the one to do it. But if I'm gonna do it, I gotta get flowers, because niggas don't really get flowers.
Yeah,
But I gotta do it to the fullest, to the point of
sure.
where it's with no expectations, like, or not on no shit where a nigga going on tour, did a big accomplishment, or met with somebody idolized or some shit like that for real. Just on the tip where it's just genuine, like.
Right.
But it's to the fullest, like somebody's birthday, how they do the kids, whatever your profession is, or how you talk, how you walk.
So let me ask you this too. What inspired you to make them intros good as you did? Like, what made you?
Just the principle of how niggas intros be bullshit for one. How they be real mediocre, real basic for real.
Right.
And how niggas be trying to get over with the sound bites and the interfaces and everything. You feel me? Like how niggas be punching the buttons.
Right.
Sound effects, that's cool, but niggas trying to use them to get over. Like, that's easy.
It ain't organic.
No, at all.
Right,
We're gonna
right.
take the long and hard route, really the one you gotta think about and make it make sense within yourself without a button. When that button stop working or water happen or anything happen for real, or it's a malfunction stop working, you assed out. You feel me? It's not substantial. And then another thing is, I'm like, yo, I just want somebody that feel like they're the biggest, regardless if they feel like they local or they still starting or any of that shit. Or they already did it and they land back.
Right.
But still doing this shit.
Right.
Or somebody feel like they're the biggest, they still doing it, they getting their real accolades as a person and is what they doing for real.
Right. That's what's up.
But to the fullest though.
Right. Uplifting.
All positivity.
Right. Uplifting.
Yeah.
You know, that's what.
But on a tip like you talking shit though, but like on a welcome to the rain, like a runway.
Yeah, you know, that's what we need. We need that. You know, we need to uplift each other because everybody got gifts.
No, for sure.
If everybody support each other,
It need to be emphasized.
We all equal. We all equal. All we gotta do is just look. Yo, I support whatever my man support. Whatever.
Sure.
Support.
And then I'm like, oh,
That's what
I'm gonna do that
generates
research.
the money, man. You know. That's what generates.
Then I'm like,
the
I'm gonna do the research because people bluff about the research, but if you can't say if you don't know about them, you can't. If you don't do the research, you can't say you know about somebody's story. Or that you saluted, you behind it, or you support it, or that you with them.
Most definitely.
That shit fake.
And I like this one because you was around me. You know, you was coming visit me.
For sure.
So you know it ain't no cut or none of that on that. You know? It's all
1,000%.
real life shit. You feel me?
Now, how was your experience?
Wonderful, man. Wonderful. I liked it because it was all natural, organic. It could be
Sure.
and you know, look at you like a little bro, man. You feel me? So we talked about this for years.
Facts.
So this is the time. Yeah, I feel great, man. I feel like I accomplished something.
Big
You know,
fact.
I ain't never. You put me in this
You got
lane
it
with
done.
podcast,
Right, for sure.
I never, you know, I watched this shit
now
on
you
the
know.
phone, but
Yeah.
this is my first time
Now you
ever
here.
been on a podcast.
Now you here. No, you definitely here for real.
For sure, for sure.
You finally got it done.
That's most definitely, man.
I'm Neeko Bond, your host. We at the Smoke Station where we smoke, be real, tell your story, and dad, a special guest. I'm a grower and a healer. You feel me? Relly. You feel me? The healer, aka Rel. You feel me? Aka Sunroof Farms. And we out.
Ain't finna play with these niggas. I'ma go in savage mode. Only smoke the best flavors, yeah. They know how I roll. Ain't got time for extra cheddar excuses. Bitch, just had my dough. Went to Cali to go shopping and talk to the farmers and get some lows.